Alright. Time to go online. What's up, YouTube? We're back, and we're back. I'm back. Lucky just left. But we're back with another Like to See show. And today is the start of a mini-series. 3 episodes labeled Mortal Kombat 1 Resurrection. As the game is in a very bad state right now, and they even missed the Valentine's Day event, and as both Peacemaker and Invasions have been delayed. Almost all the people are also talking about it, that the game is dying. So instead of complaining, let's give some mystery treats as solutions for NRS to make a better game. So again, these treats are basically free advice, ideas, how I think we can create the best game Mortal Kombat 1 could possibly be. So like the title name already said, this treat is called Custom Games. So for the custom games, we will give the player the chance to create a game with all the options that the game runs on. So let's go through the list in training mode as a start point for the options to create a custom game. Alright, so let's jump in. First we have the gameplay settings and also the tournament settings, and of course you have video and audio as well. But there are a few things that are more important when you go to the practice mode. You see that you can easily change the dummy settings to the character settings. And this way you would have the block mode on off, block type normal, the movements, the throw escapes, the breakers, the get up delays, the get up modes, and the attacks, the reversals. They can all be restricted, turned on, off, or with a number of amounts that you can use per match. These are things that can be easily put in the game and would create way more dynamic. So that's why I put on a few stickers to make sure that everybody knows that the character settings can easily become kind of look like this. This is an easy way to give more power to the players to actually play the games that they want to play, or the type of matches that they want to play. So again, to be perfectly clear, the character settings can be easily the settings that are used for the opponent settings, and for the practice settings you can use the match settings. So it shouldn't be that hard to actually do, since half of the work is already done in training. And yeah, let's go to look at the practice settings, aka the match settings. So you got player 1 control, the cameos that are fixed, and of course you can let them remember the settings, or maybe even switch the settings per round. So after that you can also reset the position, reset the distance, so that the start is changed or not, you know, like if they stand next to each other or they have more distance apart. You know, the 6 Arakan the 6 Arakan rules that you have to touch and you have to go away like this. You can start the game like that. And so yeah, there's basically something for everybody. Also, things that would be very nice is to see frame data in some of these matches. For instance, if you're doing practice rounds with somebody else, that would be pretty cool. Alright, so next to this list, we have our own list as well. And The list consists of the time limit options, the number of rounds, the health bar increased options, knockdown options, meter bar options, cameo options, and fatal blow options. So let's go look at the time limit options. You can either increase or decrease the time limit of for a round. With the number of rounds, we can either increase or decrease the number of rounds. For the health bar options, we can either put it from 1% to 10,000%. And yeah, that means that the life bar is basically 10 life bars. So that will be a really crazy game. Again, now the next one is the knockdown options, and these are the knockdown options similar to the relics that are in invasions. For the meter bar options, you can either disable or enable the amount of bars. You can also choose the regulations for each bar. So you can make a 2-bar breaker or even a 1-bar breaker, or no combo breaker at all. It's all these type of options that make for interesting games and interesting experiences. So the same also goes for the number of enhanced moves that are allowed. It's also another option that can switch the gameplay. So yeah, let's move on to the cameo time options, and yeah, these can be the number amount of let me put it this way. It's better to have a certain limit or a certain number of assists that you can give. You can also work with how that cameo bar is filling up. If that's gonna be fast, slow, and how many times you can actually use it. So yeah, like also we can even create the situation that you disable the cameos. So that way you can have a 1 versus 1 format without the cameos assist. So the next one is the fatal blow options. So you can have more chances to either perform your fatal blow or choose health bars amounts to unlock it. So for instance, I think right now it's on 30% that you are able to do the fatal blow. But imagine if we can switch that to either the 20% or a 40% or a 50%. But then again, that's not the only options we have for this fatal blow. We can also divide the fatal blow into a cameo blow or a player blow, and these would become then crushing blows. And so that way you can make that return, and you can use these crushing blows to start at maybe the 80% or something like that. You know, like it's everything is customizable. So, and yeah, that's basically what we need. We were gifted a very beautiful universe of Liu Kang, and it's like he said, he created this universe. Now it's up to us to finish it. So, if we would get the custom games, we get all the options to tweak the games that we want to play. I think we can actually fulfill that idea that Liu Kang has, where we will be able to finish the game into modes that everybody likes to play. But next to my list of ideas, I had some suggestions from Cyber Kombat Realm, CKR Cyber Kombat Realm. And he had some suggestions, such as the air combo, air combo breakers, the air block, and the air grabs. Another suggestion he had was a random fatality. And I was thinking maybe they can make that an easy fatality option, and that way you can press one of the easy fatalities inputs to get a random fatality instead of having two inputs, two easy inputs for two fatalities. And by giving one the option to randomize it, that leaves the other input open for future finishers, such as maybe babalities or animalities that might come back in a future season. So again, to have all these different options, it's really crazy, but it gives the players the opportunity to create the game that they want to play. Now, these custom games can be shared through online lobbies. This would bring everyone back to create their new modes, and they can share with their friends. And there are many esports modes that can be created and even perfected for the tournament purposes. And with a list of games to play against each other with unique community made custom games, this game will never get dull for any Mortal Kombat type of fan, whether you're a competitive player or a social gamer. Again, custom games creates opportunity for everyone to have fun in the game. And even this leaves the opportunities open for NRS to engage with their community. They can use the popular modes and enroll them in these playlists that they have. But we're gonna discuss that in another what if video. So we'll see what effect it would have on the community growth, because MK1, this is MK1 Resurrection, and we keep trying to give free advice to bring back the game that we love. So let's jump in the chat with Cyber Kombat Realm, and we'll see what ideas he has regarding the custom games. So we're back, and this time it's not the Combat Talk with Combat Connections. Sadly, Combat Connections doesn't exist anymore.
the person does, but sadly his channel got purged by the WP leaks from that time. So right now, it's not called a Combat Talk. We're calling this one Party Radio because we party up with members from our community. And for the first time, and for our first show, we are sadly not with Combat Connections, but that's no problem because I have here CKR, which stands for Cyber Kombat Realm. And he came, we met in Fate's Discord, and he has some interesting points for the custom games that I was talking about earlier. And that's why I said might as well have a chat, restart our podcast, and to the party radio together with our first guest, Cyber Kombat Realm. Welcome, man.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Good. So tell us a bit about yourself, tell us a bit about your channel and what you do.
Well, I'm a faceless channel. Basically, I do reviews on toys, which I haven't done yet, but I'll get to eventually. I talk mostly about Mortal Kombat. I do reviews on character designs. I do Mugen reviews. I talk about the game. I talk about the community. Sometimes I post art stuff. And yeah.
All right. Yeah, so like you're definitely a content creator. Like, and you have a lot of inspirations from different games, and also with the toys, of course. But definitely the passion for Mortal Kombat, as your name has Combat Realm in it, and is actually also one of my favorite fighters is Ermac as well. So guess we have that in common. That's pretty cool. So,
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. So we were talking in Discord earlier. I was talking about this idea of the custom games, and you came up with some great suggestions. You were talking about air blocks and air grabs, and let's just start with that. You know, like I'll let you have the mic, and then you can say how in your head we should have the air blocks and the air grabs, and how they should work. So,
okay, I guess we can start with the air grabs. Well, we know that I believe in Mortal Kombat X, Scorpion had an air grab, so did Smoke, and so did Triboard. And I feel that basically what needs to happen is for the game to be a little bit better for everyone is that we should have more options in the game. As you stated, air grabs and so forth.
Yep.
I think that would add more of a skill or gameplay fun to the game.
Yeah, it delivers the certain dimensions of form of offensive measures and defensive measures. Yeah, like I can really see that. Like it changes up also the way that you have to how you choose to go to do your air combat.
Right.
You know, your air combat moves. So if you're going for an anti-air or deciding to battle it out in the air, I think that the air grabs would be fun. But would we have to have air grabs for everybody, or is it just for certain players like it was back in the day?
I would say it should be universal. Everyone should be able to do it. Because it wouldn't be fair that way, I guess, is the way that I could explain it.
Well, actually, when we're talking about it right now, I'm thinking like, okay, so how would two players in the air would look like, and then all of a sudden one would grab the other one, you know? Like, like what just flew in through my head is, what if we use those grabs, but it's not the player, it's actually the cameo that grabs the other player and throws him in the air down. And you can use it then also as an enhanced bar, maybe.
It could work. I think the issue that I will probably see with that is the fact that the cameo takes forever just to come out. Like, even when you do combo breakers, they don't come out that quickly.
No, but since you're already in the air, they would drop just like the breakers would. So, like it would, yeah. It's like a grab, but it's a push down, maybe like Quan Chi has, you know, when he jumps on you and he stamps. You know, you can't move anywhere. It's kind of like the grab.
Oh yeah,
You know?
or you could basically. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's the same thing. It's like basically like you go from like the player goes from one side and then gets on top of the other, on top of the opponent, and starts stamping on it. The same way, you can have a portal opening and let the cameo jump out, but of course we don't see the portal because it's on top of the two players that are in the air.
Right.
You know, so like that, it's a lot closer to bring them from the top line going down than letting them come from the sides when they have to travel all this space and all that piece. And this one is pretty easy. And since they're already in the air, the amount of time for the cameo to actually grab the other person to anti-air it will be very less. So I
Right.
think that could actually work.
Right. I was also thinking that it just came up to me. It just came up to me right now in my mind.
I think in your head. That's why. Like I was seeing what you were saying, and then I saw the way that it could really work. So yeah, really cool, man.
Yeah, I was also thinking in another way that maybe what if the main character grabs you, right? But then he holds you in the air, and then the cameo comes down and does like a special attack that can either ground you, or if you use a meter, maybe the same attack happens, but it launches you up for another air combo juggle.
Okay. Yeah. So you can do a smackdown, or like it pops up again. You know,
Right.
for another combo extension.
Right.
Yeah. That would be cool. That would be cool if like the cameo grab would be would let the player pop up again. You know, versus to the regular grabs that just throw the people and knock them down. You know,
Right. It would
like
be right. It would be basically the main character grabs you, and then to make it more like believable, the second character comes up from the top and is the one that attacks the opponent, which completes the throw. So that way, it's more like a double team rather than the first player just hitting you with throw himself. It's just I grab you, my teammate comes out, attacks you, and boom, there's the throw.
yeah, that's pretty good, man. It's like we're making Mortal Kombat great again. I'm sorry. My cat woke. Just need the tail go back.
Yeah.
He's not too happy about this. He will make me feel this in the morning.
Right.
And he's gonna cry for his food. So, but okay. So those are basically the air grabs. How you think air blocks would work?
Well, it would basically just work like a normal block, but in the air.
Okay.
Because what I see currently is that when you get juggled, or at least when you get attacked in the air, you can't really do anything except to break, but a break takes 3 bars.
Yeah.
So the best defense that you can have if you both jump in the air and one attacks you is that you can at least block.
Yeah.
And save yourself.
I mean, yeah. That sounds normal, right? Like if you see the other person attack, and also in real life, you realize like people can make bad decisions and still decide to be offensive and then go offense, and then see which of the two fires is gonna win. But usually, you see, like a good fighter would see the attack coming. If they're both in the air, they can still switch it up, and then that way would take a few, maybe the first two hits, and then maybe hit back. You know, like depending on the plus frames, the start up, the wake up, the after. You know what I'm talking? You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
Right? So if that did happen, that I already know some people really hate that because that breaks their format of the way they play. But again, this makes it a fighting game instead of a beat 'em up game. It gives another more options, and yeah. Like I know a lot of pros would just say, yeah, just get good, you know. Then I say, like if we put in more things and it makes it a bit more chaotic, then I say to the pros, get better, you know, to get better, you know. Like you have to see the stupid things that we do, and live with. You know, that's how I feel about that. But again. Also, like we've had a few conversations before, it's the game needs to be fun for everybody, both social and competitive players. And so yeah, again, this is not gonna, like, these games, these esport type of games, they're not gonna work if you're only focused on one group. And if you're catering later then to fix your problem, that really makes everything very difficult to move forward, you know, even forward with their own plans right now. So, but we're not here to complain. We are here to give solutions. So, and I know it's really easy to complain.
Yeah.
But okay. We're making Mortal Kombat great again. So, and you also had a very beautiful idea about the fatalities. So I'll just let you again tell us your vision about what we can do with those fatalities.
So basically, my idea for fatalities was, because it could be a pain to try to remember 2-3 different inputs for a fatality. So I figured, why not make the fatalities easier? Instead of one button, you can still do the input, but instead of giving you a specific fatality, you can add variables to the game, and you can even bring animations from old games and insert them into the new game. You just have to modify them to fit the new game. And what you can do is you can make fatalities random. So that way it doesn't get stale. Every time you do a fatality with the one input, it's always going to have a different fatality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically, it's the first time I heard it, I thought maybe we can make the easy fatalities. You know, there are 2 inputs one for each fatality. Like if you can switch the easy fatalities to random, and then so it's easy fatality input 1 and easy fatality input 2. And if you can make one of them, set them to random, so let's say easy fatality 1 is random fatality, then that leaves open a whole world. And the world, what you just said, they can bring back fatalities from from back in the day, push them in, maybe change them every season, you know, like it's gonna be a lot of fun because everybody wants to see that fatality with every player. So then everybody wants to play it again, refresh, more people online. It's a good idea. But also what I thought was maybe to, if you have the first fatality on random, that opens the door for another finishers, such as animalities or babalities. So they can easily, or maybe also friendships. forget the friendships. It's Liu Kang's universe. It's a nice universe. They are friends. No, I'm thinking about these animals and babies.
Yeah.
But okay, but they could use the second input then to bring in the animalities and the babalities. Because to be really honest, why would you need two inputs for the fatalities? You know, like it's like you said, right now it should be already randomized because there's only two fatalities, so it's either one or the other. Surprise. And so I think we're ready to get something like that in. So and to have new finishers added to the game for again, more playability, more fun. Because right now it's either you do a fatal blow at the end to give a bit of more of a show, or you do the fatality, and then everybody is feeling sore about it, and you know they say so, oh, what this disrespect, and why are we even talking about this disrespect? It's in the game. It's in the game. It's only this game that has it. Don't be mad when people do it. Come on.
Right.
You know, it's insane. For me, that's insane. But again, I really like your idea for the fatalities. It's awesome, man. Like that's to have the some old school fatalities come back. That will be definitely cool. The one thing that I'm not too big of a fan of were those brutalities where you had to keep hitting the person, and then the person after a while would explode. So I'm not talking about Ultimate Mortal Kombat or 3 or MK3. Actually have the fatalities, and all the fatalities are kind of like the brutality, that you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits until the person explodes. So I think that's something I don't want to see back, you know. Like I rather have the things that we have and build on that than that they take the easy way out and say, okay, yeah, just keep hitting buttons, and then you see an arm fall off, and then this, and then that. You know, it's gonna be the same thing for everybody, and that means that everybody has the same fatality. So no, don't want that.
Well,
so just
well, brutalities can also, if they want to bring brutalities, what I'm thinking about brutalities would be like you don't kill them, but you beat them so badly to an inch of their life, and then they just drop, and then you see all the messed up faces and the teeth missing and all these bruises. Maybe that could be a brutality.
No, those like I do believe that they when you say it like that, it's like with the bruises and everything. I believe they have to also make finishers that are more friendly to the people that don't like the blood and the gore so much, you know.
Yeah.
Because like to be honest, sometimes like you find a random person online and you don't even know it's a kid, and you're doing something that he isn't supposed to see, and so that's why I'm just saying, like, it's better to have a few options.
Right.
Also, that's good for the parents as well. They can just walk to the TV, put the options on friendships only, or another finisher only, and that way you can also protect your kids a bit, you know. So I think that's pretty good like that. Okay. All right. So, what other options would you like to have in the custom games?
I would see. I play Grand Blue, and there's something I really love about Grand Blue that I really hate that Mortal Kombat doesn't have.
Okay.
And that's block breakers. Because if you see the current meta, quote unquote, as we call it, of the game, most people are holding to that block button, and you basically can't do anything except a grab. And sometimes that grab opens you up to get, comboed yourself. So it's not really a safe option. So what I would do is add a mechanic called Block Breaker. You'll basically have 3 bars or 3 little icons on the screen somewhere that will diminish every time you use it, so you'll be able to use 3. And every round it'll refill. So what happens is you have to time this correctly, though. That's the skill part about the game. You have to time them correctly, because if you just automatically decide to do a block breaker, for example, in Grand Blue, you can get screwed. For example, if you do the block breaker at the wrong time, someone can low attack you out of it.
Okay.
They can do an enhanced move out of it. So what you want to do is try to at least combo into it. So you'll do a couple hits, and the person's blocking, but they're not expecting it. So you can play with their mind. Maybe you want to do a 3-hit combo, or maybe you'll switch it up to a 1-hit, and then just go right into a block breaker, and the block breaker already breaks into it. So that way they don't have to be blocking the whole game, because that does get annoying. That you have to keep punching someone the whole game, and all they do is block. I mean, you can use the grab, but
I have not played with the Grand Blue. But how you're telling me in this, the first thing that pops into my head is an anti-flawless block. So with flawless block, you have to time perfectly when the person is trying to hit you. So if you get the anti-flawless block, which means that the person that is blocking, that you have to know exactly the animation, and you have to make sure that he is pressing full on block for the second attack as well. Then you can switch that attack into the anti-flawless block that penetrates through him, so that you can start doing it again, and that's part of one of these bars, like you said. Like, so yeah, I think it's like that, right? If I'm not mistaken.
What I was talking about was just regular block.
Okay.
So like when you
No, I meant that as well. The regular block.
Okay.
I meant that part, but it's the button
right
that goes through that block needs to be timed just as well as a flawless block. So that's why I called it an anti-flawless block, because the person is blocking it, and then you have to make sure that you catch them off guard with that block breaker, you know, but that's timed.
Right, yeah, like that.
Okay. All right, so we have that that one as well. What do you think for would happen with esports if they have the custom games, and you can take away your cameo and enhance your health bars and stuff like that? You think that will have an impact on the esports?
Maybe. I'm pretty sure a lot of players won't like that, but there's also the other side that will like that, because not everyone, as we know, and we have stated in our YouTube channels, that not many people like the cameo system.
Yeah. So you can imagine that like if they had the option to cancel the cameo, that tournament organizers like myself would have Mortal Kombat tournaments with those settings. And like that, you have more groups of people playing your game. More people are actually playing the game, uppens the player base. And like that is the first step of Mortal Kombat 1 Resurrection. It's the plan.
Yeah, in order for them to take away the cameo, they would have to add more combo strings and more special attacks into the characters. That way, they are viable, being able to play without the cameo.
Yeah, but also we can make the attacks. We can adjust the hit. Yeah, the damage of each hit. You know, by changing the life bar to less health, or just simply to give the attack more points, so that the health bar goes faster. If you look at invasions, for instance, if you play it on day one, it's somewhat, yeah, it's a challenge. There's only the first invasion challenge, you know, because the second time you run it, you're already leveled up, you already gained enough power to really demolish all the level 1s and under 10, basically everything that's under 30 is easy to do. So I think that's a good way to do that, you know, like to give the people then less health bar. That way you don't really necessarily need bigger strings, because the small strings already do enough damage to make it competitive. So and that's the whole thing about custom games, you know. It's like you customize it until it's good, or you customize it until you are having fun. So that way you have the both sides. So that's the way I feel about it. Okay. What do you want NRS to actually create for this custom game, and like what through what game modes should we just do it? Because like first I was only thinking about like a versus match, but now I'm also thinking like King of the Hill. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Cyber?
Well, for game modes, I have a whole bunch of ideas. You can bring the Chaos Tower, is what I call it, and from Mortal Kombat 9, where you have a whole bunch of everything coming at you while you're fighting. That's fun. It's chaotic, but it's fun. You know, headless combat. You can have.
And there we go.
You can have tag team mode. I would love to see tag team come back. 1v1 without the cameo, as we talked about just a few seconds ago. I would like to see Mortal Kombat come back, the little wannabe Mario Kart game. That was fun.
We got the whole wish list.
Chess combat. Chess combat would be nice. Chess combat. A better version of their little wannabe Tetris game.
Yeah, like they have to do it now, since that other guy also he beat the game this year, you know. He beat the score of Tetris. He beat the whole Tetris game. Like, my god, like they should really do it, you know. They should really put it in there. If there was any year to bring back that Tetris combat, it would be this year to do it. So
yeah,
definitely.
Since we're talking about game modes, I would like to see Conquest come back as a story thing. That I think
we gotta work on it.
I think that if you want to tell a better story, I think Conquest is the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to have cinematics you can have cinematics, but they don't have to be super complicated like a movie. You know what I mean? You can have those scenes, but it could be like Deception, I believe, where you talk to random NPCs that tell you a bit of story. You find stuff that tells you a bit of story. You get cutscenes that tell you a bit of story. You got characters that tell you, you know, just stuff. I think that's worth more, and you can do so much more with that, because then you can have NPC players telling you their story, and you don't even have to play them. Or maybe you can play them.
No, it's beautiful, Cyber. Like I had the same ideas. Like I already posted them in the what if video, and we almost had the similar idea. Like my first what if video was called Conquest Mode, and I'm planning to make like we're gonna finish the series of the Mortal Kombat 1 Resurrection. So first video what we talked about today was custom games. Second video is going to be create a tower. The third video is going to be create a fighter. And yeah, I think after we are done with that series, that we're jumping to revisit Conquest mode, and then yeah, I'm also gonna invite you for the other two videos to have this party radio chat, and like that we can also like build on our ideas, give more treats to the community and to NRS of what this game could be, and how we can make Mortal Kombat one of the best games. No, let me put it this way: we can bring Mortal Kombat's full potential to consoles and PC, to the community, to the world.
Right.
So, all right. So I'm gonna close up. I want to really thank you, Cyber Kombat Realm. It's been a real pleasure talking to you, getting your insights for the custom game options. They're really beautiful ideas. I hope more people like us will talk about what we can do as solutions, versus that we are just trying to talk about all our frustrations, because everybody is frustrated, both on the social side and the competitive side. And I really believe that if we also change our ways in our heart, and we give, and instead of hate we give more hearts, that we would get, well, we would feel more love within our community, and yeah, more happiness. And then of course love and happiness, they are the ones that really create money for products that are based on fun. So with that, I want to thank everybody for watching. I would also again want to thank Cyber Kombat Realm. It has a very cool channel. You should definitely go check it out. Also, we on Project Mystery, we are still doing 2 more episodes of the Mortal Kombat 1 Resurrection of the Like to See show. And so stick around for that. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and share this love, share the chocolates around. And gonna say it again. Let's make Mortal Kombat great again. All right, Simon, you still want to do your last word before we jump out?
Sure. I just want to thank you for giving me the chance to be here. I appreciate you. Much love. Like he said, you can find me at Cyber Kombat Realm, YouTube. I do reviews for character designs. I do review for Mugen. I talk about community issues. How can we be better to each other? And all that good stuff. Again, I appreciate you for having me here. Give him a follow, give him a like, share, and subscribe.
Definitely, man. All right, cool. So this is the first one down, 2 more to go, and then afterwards we're gonna talk about how we're gonna do the conquest. Thank you everybody for watching again. Subscribe to me, subscribe to him, and we'll check each other in the next one. Ciao. Bye.
Come here! Are you not entertained?